I'm going to show you how Kissflow is essential to your business workflow. Now, Kissflow is a platform that allows you to enable to use technical forms without low code or very little code here, right? So you can make complicated things with no code or very little code. Now, I'm going to show you an example here. First off, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a data form, for example. So if you want to create a data form, you just have to tap on this, like you want to create a data form here, right? So tap on this to create a data form, and then you can see there's going to be a thing here, right? So let's just tap on blank data form here. Now let's make a data form. I'm going to call it asset surface request. Now on the description, I'm just going to leave it blank, and I'm going to tap on here to start making the data form. Let me just tap on this, and then you can see there's a couple of fields here that we can see. Like all fields have various field categories that you can use in your form here, right? So let's just continue. Now on here, there's things like text, number, date, time, drop down, yes or no text area, things like that, right? Now we can just keep continuing on here. Now, there's a thing called data lookup here, right? So if you want to go to the data lookup, you can see there's also file and media. There's also advanced. You can do signature, geolocation, sequence number, scanner. You can even do widget if you'd like. So you can add a button or a rating. Now, let's just continue here. Let me add a drop down into one of my data form here. Now, we can also change the field name here in the settings here, for example. So let's just try it. Now, I'm going to change it into asset category here, for example. Now, I'm just going to tap on here to select or create a list here, right? Now, on here, I can create a list. Now, on the create a list here, I'm going to name it asset category list here, right? Now, once that's done, I'm going to create a list of items here. For example, laptop, charger, cable, mouse, things like that, right? Let me add a couple more here. So like keyboard and things like that. And I'm going to tap on apply here, right? Now, once I tap on apply, I can also add a section to my form here. And then you can see I can also add a suggested AI one here. So I don't need to do it myself. I can just ask an AI to do it. So for example, I want to add employee details here. I'm going to tap on get suggestion. Now I can also drag and drop the AI suggested field onto your form here, right? So let me just drag and drop this. Now, once here, you can see we can now click here to configure the fields property here, right? Let me just click on this. Now on here, I can configure the properties here. For example, there's also validation here, right? Now on the validation earlier, that was a employee name, right? Now we can add a validation to make sure it's only an employee name here, right? So you can set rules based on your system fields to control the visibility of your forms field here, right? Now on the visibility here, we can also have styles, and then we can also have the last one here, events. Now this is a low code one because you need to write JavaScript if you want to do events, but I'm just going to skip over this. I'm going to just click on save. Now, once we click on save, that's it. The data form is now complete. Now, imagine how easy that was. Now, if you had to code that up, that would be a very long process. But with Kissflow, we've managed to streamline the process into something very easy. Now, that was just a data form. Now, you can see on Kissflow, there's a lot of other options like building an app, building pages, managing roles and access, events and parameters, process, port, variable, integration, page, navigation, and roles. There's a lot that you can do with Kissflow.